All right, kids. Today we're going to be working on using isometric perspective. Now we've been doing a lot of intuitive perspective stuff, but now we're going to be doing isometric perspective. The only real difference is with isometric perspective, we're trying to make sure all of our diagonals are parallel. So let me show you a good trick to help you with that, if you need it. What we're going to do here is we're going to mark off every inch on our paper. So I'm going to use a colored pencil for this. So I'm going to mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on one side. And I'm going to flip it. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Now, you don't have to use this method I'm doing, but let's practice it today and see if it's something that might be useful to you. So same thing, just one mark every inch. So we're going to use these to create a little sort of isometric perspective grid. So what we're going to do, we're going to go from the corner up here over to the right on that first mark right there. So this grid will help us make sure that all of our diagonals are parallel. Oops. Whoops. So I made a little mistake there, but that's okay. No biggie. Gotta be careful not to let that ruler slip. Alright, so we should have stripes going all the way down. Right about there. So you're starting one level up on the left and then going down an inch on the right. So we should end up with a bunch of diagonal lines that are all parallel to each other. All right, now I'm going to flip the paper over. We need one more going this way. Like this. All right, so now we have all of them going that way. Now we got to do them going the other way too. Same idea here. You want to go down 1 unit. So we should end up with like a grid made out of diamonds. And we can use these angled lines here as guidelines for our diagonals. All right, so we're going to draw a couple of buildings and a street today. Hopefully this will show you most of what you need to know to draw things in an isometric perspective. I'll flip it over to get that last one. All right, so let's start by drawing in our street. So we'll put our street about right here, okay? So we're gonna have sidewalk to about there, and then going off at this angle. All right, so there's our first one. So now we'll make a building, okay? So you remember that to make buildings in isometric perspective here, what we're going to do, we're going to start with diagonals, right? So we'll do one diagonal here, draw this in, we'll do another right here. We're going to make a little diamond shape. So we want our other diagonals to be parallel to these ones we've already established. So we want this to line up with this here as much as we can. Something like that. And then this one should line up with this. So we're going to use this grid line to try to make them parallel. Let's actually check that one again. That could be a little better, I think. More like that. That's a little better. Even old Mr. Sketchy makes mistakes. There. All right, so now we've got a little diamond shape. That's going to be the roof of the building. And then we're going to draw the sides coming down. So the sides will go straight down. You can use the ruler if you want. Straight up and down. Straight up and down. All right, so now we got our little house on the sidewalk. Now we're going to add another building. This one's going to be a little bit taller. So basically the way isometric perspective works is you'll see two rhombus shapes on the sides of the building, like right here, and then a diamond up on top. And the more we turn it, so the more we're looking down from above, the more that diamond is going to get wide and tall. And the more we're looking from the front, the more squished it's going to get. Okay, so this one is very squished. All right, so we're going to make a second level here. Oh, let's add some doors and windows to this. Okay, so to add doors and windows, we want, again, for them to be parallel to this edge. So all these diagonals should be parallel. So we'll draw a parallel line for the top of the door, and then we'll draw two straight lines going down. We got a little door. For the windows, we're going to kind of move to the side here. And add those in. So the top and the bottom are parallel to the diagonal lines. And then the sides go straight up and down. Okay, same idea over here. We'll add two more. All right. We'll add a little sidewalk in. So I'm just going to take the sidewalk to this point right here. So I'm going to make a little dot here. And then I'll make the sidewalk. Then we'll have another sidewalk going off this way. Okay. Now let's add some more buildings. We're going to make a second building over here. To make this one, we're going to make the line go up. Let's make it go to about here. Okay. Take another vertical and put it right here. And then the roof will be right here. So we're going to draw that diamond shape again. We want to have one line right along there. And then this one we want to be parallel to our grid. So we're going to adjust it until the ruler and this blue line here are parallel. And that grid is just to help you keep the lines parallel. It's just kind of a guide. You don't always have to draw on the blue lines, but you want to always have one close by to compare it to. And we're going to have the vertical of the building going to this corner right here. So let's line that up, and then we'll draw this up and down. All right, so there's our second building. Let's add the rest of the roof. So this one, we need this line to be parallel, so we can line it up with this blue line here. That looks about good. That line. Then we want to align this one up with this blue line right here and make another line. All right, so let's add another door. This one's coming out onto the roof of that first one. Again, we want the top of the door to be parallel to the roof line there. Or this line right here. Or the blue line right there. Any of those diagonals, they should all be parallel. Add some windows in. When you sketch in your doors and windows, you can kind of eyeball it, but try to make them as parallel as you can. All right, maybe we want another door over here. We can add some embellishments and details as we move along. All right, so again, the top of this one is parallel to this line. Don't make it go this way on this diagonal. That's going to look weird. All right, so let's add some windows. I'm going to put some windows right along this line here. Just have high windows on this side. All right, there's our second building. Maybe we want to add a safety rail here. Let's add a vertical coming up here, and then a parallel line. Let's make it about here. Kind of a safety rail. Keep everybody up on the roof when they're out there. No injuries, you know? All right, let's add our next building here. We're gonna add another one over here. So we'll have a vertical going straight up here. Let's actually make a little, no, we'll leave them all connected. Make this one go up to, oh, I'm gonna put it about here. Yeah. Just leave a little more room on top. We're not quite done yet. And then we'll do another vertical over here. Okay. We're going to add in a diagonal for the roof line. And I can make it, I'm going to make it right along this blue line. But as long as it's parallel to any of the blue lines that are going off this direction, you should be good. We're going to add another roof line going the other way. I need to make this line and this line here parallel. So, right about there. That looks good. I'm going to extend this back. Just going to make this one go back to about here. So let's add another vertical. There we go. There we go. And then we'll make this parallel to this line right here. And this one will be parallel to this line right here. Okay. There we go. All right, for this one, I want to add a little pitched roof to show you how to do that. So we're going to try to find the middle of this surface first. Where we're going to do that is connect the corners with our colored pencil, real light. And then go straight up from the center. And that should give us the center of this space here. And then we're going to use diagonals to make a triangle on the front here, like this. All right, whoops, maybe a little steeper diagonal there, that's good. All right, now we're going to do another line that's parallel to this diagonal line here. That's going to be a little tricky, but we'll do our best. Let's go this way, and then we need, oops, we're going to make that a little higher. Then we need another line that's parallel to this blue diagonal here. There's our pitched roof. Let's erase this out. All right. Very nice. Now we're going to add one more building in the back. We'll make this one kind of coming up to about here. We'll make it go a little further back this way this time. Then we'll have another another vertical coming up from here to here. All right, and the last one will be maybe about right here. This is going to go down, but then it's going to go behind the building, so we'll stop the line right there. All right, for this one, we're going to draw our roof line up top. Follow that blue diagonal. We'll follow the other blue diagonal here. All right. Now I'm going to lightly make the back side of the roof. For this one, I'm going to give it a pyramid top. But we're actually going to draw in the flat roof first. But I'm just going to draw it lightly. All right. Now we're going to try to find the middle of that. That's going to be where those two diagonals cross. We'll go straight up from there. And then we're just going to make a line going from each corner right to the point up here. Right here, this corner here, up to the point, this corner here, up to the point. All right, so now we have 4 buildings here, 2 flat roofs, 1 pitched roof, 1 kind of pyramid roof. Then you can add in other details. You can add in some more doors, windows. You can add little balconies, whatever you want. Everything in this drawing, though, is going to be either going vertically, right, up and down, or diagonally, either this way or this way, okay? And it's important to figure out which way each line you draw is supposed to go, and try to keep everything as parallel as you can. That's really important with these. This one's a little off parallel. No good. All right. All right, now I'm going to darken in my outlines a little bit. Let's go back in with the darker pencil. You can use your same pencil and just give it a little more pressure if you want. All right. So now we'll talk about shading it. I'm going to do my little sundial out here. A little sculpture. We're going to have the sun coming in from over my left shoulder here. It's going to be coming towards this side of the buildings. So this side, everything facing that direction will be in light, and then this side will be in slight shadow. So I'm just going to shade that side. Kind of like this. That balcony was sticking out, so it'll be catching some sun, so I'll leave that light. And then just add as many details as you want to add. You can add all kinds of doors and windows and balconies, whatever you want to do. Get creative with it. Try to use your imagination. Make it your own. Make it interesting to you, and it'll be interesting to other people. This one might have a little bit of shadow on it. It's getting a little more sun because the sun's coming from above, and a little more than these, but not, maybe not full sun. Something like that. All right. All right. So I hope that this has helped you understand how to use isometric perspective. It's one of the types of perspective we're going to be using. We're going to be covering isometric perspective, 1-point perspective, and 2-point perspective. So you need to understand all those and be a real expert in one of them of your choice. All right, there we go. That's a pretty nice looking building to me. Sorry, kids. Mr. Sketchy noticed that he forgot. You also have to shade this wall here, which I already did, but I forgot in the video. And then this one here as well. So make sure you check your surfaces and you've shaded all of them. Any surface that's facing this direction should be nice and light. See? And any that's facing this direction should be in shadow. Okay, so make sure you double check them all and don't miss them like Mr. Sketchy did. He gets too hasty sometimes with the drawing. All right, kids. That's enough then. We'll see you next time. Have a good week. Bye bye. From here, you can make your own custom additions. Try adding some windows and doors. Maybe try adding some ladders or staircases. Heck, try adding additional buildings. The possibilities are limitless. So try to add your own creative touches and really make this drawing your own. Just because it's a practice drawing doesn't mean it can't be fully customizable by you. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.